So, 2020 happened, and even though a lot of it was really bad, it was also pretty good too. Let me explain. First of all, there obviously are a lot of bad things that happened in 2020, and I'm not dismissing them or denying them. However, it's important no matter what goes on to not forget the good things that happen. I felt kind of weird getting ready to make this video. I wasn't even sure if I should make it because I feel kind of guilty because for me personally, 2020 was a good year. What I will say though to that is because 2020 was good for me, it gave me opportunity to see this past year and see the good that came out of it. I'm not saying that the bad that happened was good, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying in the midst of that, there was good that happened. Since I wasn't so horribly affected personally, I was able to be someone who could help those around me. I could help my friends, I could be support, and I could help give them hope or help them see hope, because there's been other years and seasons of my life where it's been absolutely horrible. Like 2018, 2019, those were my 2020s. Everything was going wrong for me. I was laid off of a job unexpectedly and without notice. I was unemployed for months. Nothing was going on career-wise, and I was kind of depressed, and I wasn't really eating much, so I've had my moments. So I was able to go through this year and seeing that I had some good things happen for me, even though things are horrible around me. I feel like that enabled me to come alongside my friends who had lost their jobs and had family members who were affected by COVID, and grieve with them, but also help them through it and support them, because if I was also in a horrible position myself, I wouldn't be able to be much support for other people. So that's kind of the best way that I can see that. So COVID is bad. Protests and the rioting are bad. The divide in our country is bad. All of that is horrible. From all of that, I was able to see good. I saw a lot of food drives in action. I saw a lot of people donating to others. I was able to be part of helping my friends and supporting them. In a weird way, I became more social in 2020 because it made me aware of how important community and fellowship is. So it forced me to go out of my way even more to interact with my friends and to establish those friendships and to grow in them. So with all of that, I just wanted to look over this past year and see what good came out of it. Right at the beginning of the year, I was involved in 2 theatrical productions. I was in a stage reading of an original play that was really creative and inventive, and then I was in a show, Moon Over Buffalo, and I absolutely loved it. It was amazing. It was so much fun, and I felt like I was able to really grow and step out as an actress and kind of show everyone what I'm capable of. Well, also, you know, it felt pretty awesome just being on a stage in general. It had been a while since I've been on the stage performing, so that was in itself a blessing. It just kind of gave me more confidence and validation of who I am as an actress, and also showed me where I want to go next and how I want to grow in my skills as an actor. Then COVID hit. So basically I had my opening night and final performance night in one weekend. So that was cut short, so that kind of sucked, but I'm still really grateful for that experience and to work with such incredible cast and crew. It's one of the best experiences I've ever had, and I'm hopeful that we can come back to that show maybe later on this year. And then I got cast in Buttercup. And the funny thing is, the only reason I was able to do Buttercup is because all of the theaters were closed, so I wasn't able to do a stage performance. Because of that, I was available to do Buttercup. That was such an incredible experience, and I never thought that I'd be able to take on a role like that. And in a production like that, I thought like it would take years of networking and building up my resume, but wow, it kind of exploded. And I met like a lot of awesome people, and the film's doing great. And then I also met someone. I finally met someone, and He is, by the way, he's my first boyfriend, and I'm 29. Just want to put that out there. So for anyone who feels like they're all alone and there's no hope for them, there's something wrong with them, just keep waiting for the right person, because they are so worth it. And this guy is more than I could have ever asked or imagined. It's absolutely incredible. Not to say that, you know, everything's perfect, but we're able to work out things just right. Not only are we growing together in a relationship, but we're also growing individually as people. And it's making me more aware of who I am and my relationship with my friends and my family, so it's a blessing. It's really awesome. I also did a Zoom performance of Midsummer Night's Dream. I was actually able to work with the director that I was working on, Bruno for Buffalo, and I absolutely love Shakespeare, and ever since I met this director, I wanted to do a Shakespeare play with her, and I was able to. Oh, and not only that, it was Midsummer Night's Dream. It is the first show that I was ever in 4th grade. And same role, I was Helena. It was so cool to see how things kind of came full circle. Oh, also, because of COVID and restrictions and that feeling of like being alone, it kind of pushed me to seek out my friends and connection. And I was actually able to connect with them more so than I would other times, because when it's easy, like, oh yeah, we meet up once a week and hang out, you kind of take it for granted. This year I was actually able to meet up with some friends safely. It kind of made us appreciate even more just the friendships that we do have, and made us realize how important community is. So that's something that I want to carry on with me in 2021 and onward, to really work on building connections and honor them and realize their worth. I wrote and performed in Not So Silent Night, a modern and fun take on the nativity story. It was really cool because I've wanted to for years kind of make my own stuff. So it was cool to see it come from my head to paper to seeing other people performing it and then on screen, and also to work with people who not only were on board with me and thought it was a cool idea, but were able to come alongside it and dedicate to it so that we could see a completed project and something that we can look back on and be proud of. And then I was in another Zoom performance. This was Miss Bennett, Christmas at Pemberley. So I was able to work with another director in my kind of acting community. So I got to do more networking, and I got to work with some actors I've worked with before and some new people. And another funny thing is, so I got the lead role. I'm reading the character description when I'm auditioning. I'm like, this sounds like something I've kind of was involved in before. 2 years ago, I was cast in the lead role for Silent Sky. I absolutely loved the character, I loved her story. We weren't able to complete our cast in time, so we had to let that production go. And then I'm talking with a director during audition, and I realized that it's actually the same playwright. Laura Gunderson, who wrote Silent Sky, also wrote Christmas at Pemberley. And these two roles were so similar, so in a way, I was able to do that role, and it was amazing. Again, it's incredible how things work out. Sometimes it just takes longer than you want and not in the way that you anticipated, but it's really cool to see it when it happens. And one more thing is, there's a friend of mine who I had been friends with years ago, and then we kind of went our separate ways. I thought that I had gotten over that kind of broken friendship, but around the end of the year, I kind of realized that I hadn't let go. I just kind of let it die down. It kind of made me realize that I needed to forgive this person no matter what happened in the past, because holding on to bitterness and frustration just isn't good, and it isn't fair to the other person. So I'm hoping that's something that I'll be able to resolve maybe this year. I just wanted to look back and see that even though 2020 was really, really bad and difficult, good was able to come out of it. Throughout all of the suffering and all of the loss, it makes us aware of what we need as a society, as a country, and what the world needs. I'm happy to see that there have been positive responses to it. I've seen food pantries open their doors and people donate to them abundantly. I've seen friends calling each other and checking in, and regular Zoom calls. I've just seen so much love and support and care. Those are things to be proud of and to be reminded of. Those are things that give us hope that even though this world is absolutely broken and there's a lot of bad things going on, that there's still good out there and there's still love, and that when we respond in love, it just explodes and it comes out, and that's what's going to overtake everything else. So for this year, there is of course the obligatory, be healthy, eat healthy, lose weight, and then gain it, and then kind of settle, around like September. The other thing that I want to do basically this year is I want to be more aware of what I have and to appreciate it, and also to look at the things that I want to see in my life and to go forward with ambition. So I'm not really planning anything, but whatever does come my way in 2021, I want to give it all of my attention, be fully dedicated to it, and make it the best that it can be. So that's it. Thanks for watching.